you know that it's going to be a good week when we have the Fed talking Goldilocks scenario and also Nvidia earnings after hours, Wednesday, August the 28th. Be on the watch for those numbers dropping for us. If you want to see my Nvidia stock price prediction and earnings projection, watch that video. Check it out. The thumbnail just says trillions on it. So just go to my channel, look for that. Subscribe to see my updates as we go from now up through earnings. And, I'm pretty darn excited about it myself. We're going to recap the markets. We're going to take a look to see where they're going today and where they could possibly go in the near future. And then I also want to take a look at the economic calendar. I'll put it up for you. So we're going to look at SPY, QQQ, IWM, give an update on Bitcoin. Of course, Nvidia is in there as well, and then Tesla. So let's get to this. So here we are, Friday, August the 30th. Inflation numbers, we most definitely want to be watchful for those. Let me get rid of that. There we go. So Friday on August the 30th, 8:30 a.m., we have the inflation numbers coming up for us with personal income and outlays. So we get consumer spending in there, personal income, you name it. And then if we scroll up from that, Thursday, the day before that, we get our second estimate on GDP. Downward revision isn't going to be great for us. The same or upward revision is going to be pretty darn good for us. So be on the lookout for that. Remember, for Goldilocks, what we want is that we get rate cuts with no recession. However, things that signal recession along with those rate cuts, that's going to change that scenario. That's not going to be Goldilocks anymore. That's going to be toilet. So just be on the lookout for those signals. And then also unemployment, anything that we see here for initial jobless claims, any out of the ordinary spike upward, not going to be great for us. Watch for numbers north of 300,000 to be bad, to be downward pressure for the markets. If we stay status quo, we're still in good shape. Just to put that out there. All right, so I want to get into the charts themselves. Here we go. We're going to kick things off with SPY, and you can see the price targets that I have on here. Watch the green boxes that are on here. Now up here, we got rejected twice. I said that this was going to be critical resistance for us. So far, that's held true. And in the pre-market hours, we are actually up above that line. I think we're going to move on to price target 2 up here of 565. If we're able to get up above there, if we'll say Middle East tensions and all that kind of stuff, geopolitics can hold off. If world peace can persist for us, 582, that price target number 3 that's all the way up here, is something that starts to come into the spotlight. So we need to be watchful for that. It looks like we actually have something down there just below that. So we might peekaboo up to that 581 if we don't hit 582. I'll keep it at 582 because that's what I said. So moving over to the Qs. Where are we at for this? Well, we're also up above this 480 line that I have on here for you. We got to get out of this 479 to 483 zone. 487, yeah, we sort of kind of hit it. We got to let's see what that top was. 485.54. We didn't quite get there yet. I think now we can solidly get there. And really, I want to see that push on to 500. And that's if honestly, 500, it's going to take Nvidia hitting. That's all that there is to it. Nvidia absolutely has to have strong earnings, and they have to be earnings that are received well by the markets, and they have to be bullish. Not only we're going to see 500 then, but I believe that if that's the case, that we're going to see new all-time highs. If the market does not receive their earnings well, then we're going to dump back off of this, and these supports probably won't mean a lot because then Nvidia is still heading up the Nasdaq 100 stocks. And so, like I said, if you haven't seen that stock price prediction and earnings projection, please do. By the way, if you guys want to see my buys and sells, you can do that at the Discord available through the Patreon. That link's down in the description. And if you want to learn about technical analysis and learn to do it like I do with these charts that have been spot on, there's a link for that course down in the description through Stockmo Academy. Go ahead and check that out. Learn about the bread recipe, which is a trading strategy that has been working out very well. I use it personally, and then I also layer some of this other stuff that you see on here on top of it. You can think of it like cinnamon raisin bread with the glaze. If we use the coupon code DOCTOR for that, it's going to give you a very, very handsome, almost as handsome as me, kind of coupon code discount. So you should do that. DOCTOR, DOCTOR is that coupon code. All right, back into the Qs here. Like I said, Nvidia, if it's strong for us, I think that we're going to go north leading up to it. We might hesitate right around it, but if it is positively received, like I believe that it will be, I think that we're going to put 500 in our rear view mirror, and then we get to start looking at a number like 553, and then northward of there, things start to get really, really rosy for a while for us. So we're going to have to be watchful for that. Just remember, September's coming. September's normally not great for the stock market. So we'll have to see. I think the jobs numbers that we get in September, early September, up to September the 6th. There's a lot of catalyst up to September the 6th. I'll recap that in a different video. This is a much shorter video. It's outside of the scope of this video. Just know that we're at the end of August, and then we get September jobs, well, August job numbers in September. So that's going to be critical for us to watch as well. IWM, I said that these are probably going to do pretty well. Given the Fed's tone and where we're at this morning, we're at 225.55. And I think that we're going to push on to this price target. This is the top of a bullish channel here, part of a bullish channel, I should say. You can see what happened last time we got there, how much we hesitated. And I have my price target 4 up here. We hit all 3 of the other ones. We nailed all 3 of the other ones within $1 of each of their amounts. We hit 213, we hit 217, we hit 220. Now I think that we can push on to that 228, assuming that the market doesn't change its direction between now and then. I think that this could be a very near future kind of number for us. Bitcoin right now needs to hold this 63,919 if it can, which right now it's a little bit below it, but not too bad. If we can keep that number, if we can stay on top of the moving averages that are in here, I think we're going to take on these next 2 price targets that I have on here, 66,187 and 68,000. I just added on here, which I think is going to be very strong resistance for us. If we're able to make it up above here, it is sort of calming down. We're not in an overbought state. We're still looking pretty darn bullish for this one. So keep an eye on Bitcoin. Fairly bullish on Bitcoin right now. Moving over to Nvidia. Check this out. We're looking at the 1-hour chart right now. Let me stretch it out so you guys can see a little bit more detail around the candles themselves. I said current ceiling with these 2 peaks that we had back here. Here we're trying to break through that ceiling. So we got a test. Now we're retesting. If we can break above it, then we can start to see 133 to 134 coming out of that. And up above that, 137 is going to be strong resistance. There's a lot of resistance up here, by the way. Don't be surprised if we really hit our heads hard off of this, at least at first. And if we are able to push through that before earnings, 137 is likely our next stopping point. So fairly local to where we're at now, but still talking about, what's that about, let me see, 4 to 5 to 6%, 4 to 6% we'll call it. Just in a couple days. That's incredible, especially for a big company like this one. But it has been known to move. As a matter of fact, on Friday, 4.55%. And then looking at Tesla, what's Tesla doing right now? Tesla should also be doing sort of all right under this environment. If we are Goldilocks scenario with those rate cuts coming, being called interest rate sensitive, we could be looking at 225 to 229 in the very near future for us. I do have a price target up here of 234, so be on the lookout for that. If we head back up to the upside, if we're able to break through these resistances that are up here, 234 could be in the cards. Now, mind you, this support was at 220, but we're at 220, so incoming from the bottom side, really we should call it resistance. That's what I had as support last time. I think that we could possibly break through that. So a lot to be positive on, a lot to be bullish about. Now, mind you, things that poke holes in the Goldilocks scenario that point to recession instead, paired with these rate cuts, further weakness, saying that the Fed was too late in it, that's going to bag these things. Geopolitics can also do something that's really going to suppress the markets from where they're at right now, or has the potential to do so. So we want to be on the watch for those things. I do think in the near term that we have a fair amount of green lights ahead of us there's a lot of cautionary flags that are out there. We still have some traffic signs out. We still have some blinky yellow lights that are coming on. It's not full-on green lights and open highways from this point in time. So there are risks that are out there. There are reasons to be hesitant, that I'm still going to keep a strong cash position in this, that I'm not going to go anywhere even close to margin to do any of my trading right now. But keeping a hold of my long positions, not really selling those off, and then keep on moving those options plays as I see fit from here. And for me, and I can only speak for me, I can't speak for you, none of this being financial advice. For me, I'm optimistic about the near future and traveling upward a little bit from here, especially if Nvidia is that green light that we're waiting on, that next big catalyst happening on Wednesday. We're going to have to watch for that. And remember, GDP Thursday and downward revisions bad. And then Friday, like I said, the PCE numbers that we have. We also want to watch that personal spend and personal incomes, because low numbers for those can also help point to recession. And these are just things to caution you about. As they come in, if they come in strong, if they come in very healthy, very, very robust numbers, that helps Goldilocks scenario. That's even greener for the markets. So those are my thoughts. If you guys want to hear more of my commentary, if you want to talk to me and my community members, you want to see my buys and sells, the link for the Discord is down in the description. And also, guys, again, about that trading course, make sure when you sign up, you use the code word doctor, learn about the bread recipe, learn how to set it up, along with many other technicals that are out there. I have a chapter in there on options as well. Again, code word doctor, DOCTOR. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning, and we'll see you in the next video.